Over the past 7 years, I quit from a very lucrative job, started 2 businesses, relocated from one continent to another, and then got another job. It's been an interesting turn of events. It's been exciting, and I'm going to share you key lessons from that process. Hello and welcome to On Your Lane. This is the best place for ambitious people who are taking charge of their lives. They want to make that income, they want to make that impact and live fulfilling lives. We'll share tools, we'll share processes, experiences so that we can build each other up towards the big goals, ambitions, and the impact that we're designed to make. And today I want to share lessons that really have accrued over a period of 7 years of my life. Before these 7 years, it was clear to me what my life involved. I knew my qualifications, I knew the options before me, and I knew what my life was going to look like in 10, 15, 20 years. I was an accountant, I was going to be a CFO, maybe work so hard to become a CEO of some organization, and that was it. I was not fulfilled with that kind of life because I have gifts and talents which I felt were underutilized in my space. So I felt a deep sense of unfulfillment. I didn't know what to do with that sense of unfulfillment. I thought I wanted a break. I thought I wanted a new scenario. I wasn't clear what that was. Looking back, it was me understanding that I have a purpose and not knowing how to express it or find a way to really unpack it. So what did I do? I decided to take a chance on myself and I quit my job. Quitting my job gave me freedom. Not freedom like to do whatever I wanted, just a peace that I didn't know existed prior to that. I felt so stuck in my story that I'm an accountant, I'm supposed to be in a job, I'm supposed to do this and that. And that stuckness really stifled my creativity and my ability to see where I wanted my life to be. I didn't take myself as a creator in my life. I felt like life was happening to me, and that gave me a helplessness. So quitting my job gave me freedom. I felt free, but I didn't know what to do with that freedom. I didn't even know what the next step was. I really was a totally different person to what I am today. I had no plan, but I knew that I was done. I knew I was tired. So I started the first business, Kanjata Acres, a farm. I ran that for quite some time and I lost all my money there. That's a story for another day. But that is where my leadership development happened as well. That was the first hard loss. I had done so many other businesses. I was a baker once, I was a trader once, I had a shop once, I was a food seller once. I was so many different things that I had tried. This was the first time I took a proper risk and took all my money, which was a substantial amount of money, and invested it and failed. I tried again and failed. I tried again and failed. I failed a number of times, and that showed me who I was as a person, my character, my weaknesses, and it really gave me a platform to develop myself. Later, I started another business, which is On Your Lane. It's been a great business. It has grown so much. I took all the lessons from Kanjata Acres to On Your Lane, and then I relocated, supporting my husband's move to study. So I moved from Africa to Europe. And being in this new environment, I was set on what I wanted to achieve. But exposure is something else. I started seeing new opportunities and I decided to go back into corporate to get a job, use my qualifications, and see what would happen with that. Most of what I'm sharing didn't go according to plan. I would always think I have a clear plan this way, and somehow life would turn that around. But the beauty of it is, looking back, I always go like, wow, look how I've come. Wow, look what I've achieved. Wow, look what I've learned. So I have learned over time to go with the flow, to really be flexible, to be teachable, and to be able to take advantage of the situations and opportunities that present themselves in my life. I'll talk about corporate, I'll talk about business, I'll talk about those different experiences in depth later. But today I just want to share the 9 lessons that are key to this process. Because I believe that not everybody is actively pursuing their purpose, though we should. Not everybody is taking advantage of the gifts and talents that God gave them, though we should. But when you start to seek that out, to actively pursue purpose, to actively improve yourself and position yourself in life, you will start to see a pattern that develops. And these lessons will help you in your journey to find your purpose, walk in purpose, achieve the big things that are upon your heart, achieve your dreams. So let's get into these lessons. In no particular order, let's start here. It is not the qualified that achieve the big things. It is the confident. There are lots of people who have ample competences. They are highly qualified. They are world-class leaders, but they can't articulate that. I'm not saying be the greatest orator in the world, but I'm saying stand your ground, be firm, be able to speak confidently, be able to share your views, your perspective without cowering. This is not you being an extrovert. This is you just knowing your stuff. This is you protecting your turf. This is you putting yourself forward. You can do that in spite of your personality. And when you can do that well, you can practice and get better at it. There are many people who miss out on their best opportunities because they didn't apply. They thought they were underqualified. They didn't even put themselves forward in that meeting because they felt like, what are people going to think about me? They hinder themselves and they don't put themselves forward. And when they do, they have so many doubts and fears, they don't market themselves well, and people tend to discredit them. I used to work with a colleague, and we were both shortlisted for an interview. It was a great promotion. I wanted it. He wanted it. So I knew he was going to be competition because he was really good at his job. Getting there, they explained the format of the interview, and I knew I had a real chance at this job. They wanted us to make a presentation. They gave us a problem to solve and then do a presentation to the interviewers. And after that, they'll ask us questions and then we'll move on. I had worked with this guy for a few months and I knew that presentations were not his thing. He knew his stuff, but put him in front of people and he would just melt. He couldn't speak clearly. He couldn't keep eye contact. I had seen him do that in meetings and I knew that this was going to be where I would shine. So we went at different times. I don't know how he did, but I got the job. The reason I got the job, I believe, was because I was able to articulate my stance. I was able to defend it and to be able to confidently say, I might not know these things, but I'm willing to learn. Confidence allows you to acknowledge those weaknesses without feeling like you're selling yourself short. Sometimes I think being confident is saying, I know everything. It is not. It is knowing that I'm not perfect, but to really commit to the fact that I will get better, I will improve, I will learn, I will partner with people. I am not just going to sit and fail. I'm going to get up and do it again. That is confidence. So the confident people will achieve big things. And so many times we find that people look at others who are winning, who are ahead of them and say, I'm better qualified. I am talented. I am more qualified for this. But they never get that because they never put themselves forward. The next thing is lead with your strengths. You're not good at everything, but you're good at some things. The things that you're good at, develop that ability to mastery. School has taught us that you need to master everything. You need to be good at science, math, English, art, and that's not realistic. Some people are great generalists, so they know a little bit of everything enough to be able to be stars across the board. But most of us are specialists. We are given a set of skills that make us shine in a specific space. Now, when you are in a role that you love, maybe a job, a business, and you understand that I am not going to be exceptional at all these things. I'm not going to be exceptional at marketing, production, finance, back office, of everything. But what can I be exceptional at? And if I am an employee in this company, I might not be exceptional at speed, maybe not at presentations, but what can I be exceptional at? What do I have that gives me an unfair advantage? We all have that. It takes a lot of self-awareness for you to admit that you're not good at everything. And then it takes humility for you to say, I need to learn. And then it takes courage for you to invest in that which you're good at. So the people who are memorable in life are not the people who did everything. They're the people who did one thing and they did it exceptionally well. Look at the people who are big in life, those massive world-class leaders. You can mention basketball, and there's a name that comes to mind. If I mention cooking, there's a name that comes to mind. If I mention football, if I mention art, if I mention writing, I can mention different spaces, social media. All those things will pop a person into your head or a few people. Those are people who did well in that specific field. And so you have strengths for a reason, but your strengths need to be developed. And when you develop them to mastery, you will not be ignored. Therefore, you will attract success. The next point is that people who laugh at you, people who judge you, have no power to help you. The people who would joke about your business are not the people who will be your clients. The people who make jokes about your presentation are not the people who need your presentation. The people who need your services are looking at what you bring to the table. They don't have time to gossip, lie, judge. However, most of the times we pay attention to these people who don't matter, who laugh, who judge, and we say, I can't do this because they will react. Yet the people who need the services we offer, the talents and our skills, are over there waiting for us to shine. So you are blocking that open door, that opportunity, because you're caring about people who have no power to help you. The people who are saying your business won't go far, your business is not going to achieve much. Are they your clients? No. They're just people who like to judge, and they're usually judging because they have too much time. They're not achieving much for themselves. So learn to quieten the loud people, those people with negativity. Be open to negative feedback that builds you up, yes. But please understand that the people who laugh, joke, point, gossip about you are not your business. They'll waste your energy and time. They have their own time and energy to waste, let them do that. But you focus at the people who are responding to you. The people who come back to you and say, well, you could tweak this, you could improve this. Oh, I like what you're doing with this. The people who are giving you their money and saying, let's exchange with this product. The people who are paying you to be in that job, in that contract, whatever it is. Focus on those people and ignore everyone else. The next point is, without faith, you will quit. Every time you take a step forward, there are 300 reasons why you shouldn't take that step. 300 more reasons why you will fail. 300 more reasons why you're not equipped. There are multiple reasons why you should not move forward. But why would you move forward? Because there is one reason. There could be one reason why you could win. So you move forward in faith, knowing that it might not look like how I want it to look. The circumstances are not predispositioned in my favor, but I'll take a chance. I'll take a risk. That is faith. Faith is your ability to see the unseen and bank on it. That's what architects do. They come to a place, they're like, a house can be here. Now, if you talk to anybody else, they'll tell you, oh no, you can't build a house here. It can't work. There's no house. It's always been a bush. It's always been this. But an architect can come and say, there can be a house. It will face these challenges. And they'll see that whole house complete and they'll show it to you. That is faith. Seeing the unseen and then saying, okay, we'll take step by step to make this unseen happen. You need faith for your dreams to happen, because your dreams should be complete in your head. They should be complete. You should see it. This is what I want to become. This is what I want to be. It should be clear. And now you take steps every day. People will see you and say, that's ridiculous, but you see it. You see where you're going and you keep moving. That is how people manage to create social media, technology, flying, airplanes and stuff like that. It was because they saw the unseen and took steps. You should also see the unseen for you and have the confidence to move on it. And that is faith. Without faith, you will quit. The next thing is, stop focusing on instant success and start focusing on habits. Rome was not built in a day. Not possible to build something so beautiful in a day. But every day there was work being done. They were laying bricks, they were getting organized, building Rome. And that's the pace of success. That's the pace of greatness. You have your big end in mind, but you take steps every day. That's where habits become powerful. Because if you're just looking for instant things, I want to lose weight today, I want to build the whole business today, I want to move from $0 to $1 million today, you'll be caught up in the trap of shortcuts. You make mistakes. You lose money, you lose energy, you lose hope. However, if you know that you want to get to $1 million and you just say, today I'll take one step, tomorrow I'll take another step. It might take you 3 years, but you will get there. And the lessons will come with it. You will have experience to back it up so that you will then repeat that process again and again and again and yield more results. Instant gratification is exciting in our time. So we tell stories about how you lost weight in a day, how you lost weight in this, but follow that story and see where it ends. It usually has a bad end. When you know the process and build the habits that support that process, you get success that lasts. You understand the foundations of your success, the intricacies of your success, and then you keep your results. The next thing I would say is be rigid about your vision. Be clear about your vision, but be flexible about the process. Like I shared at the start, I had my clear goals. I want to achieve this at this point. I didn't know at this time I would have relocated from Malawi. I didn't know at this point the challenges that would be really domiciled in where I was staying, or the times, or the changes in weather, the changes in the economy. I wasn't aware of it. So my vision is the same, but the pathway has changed. When you hold on to your path, to your process, you will miss out. You will miss out on opportunities that come in the detours. And being a person of faith, I do understand that God loves detours because detours shine His light. They show you that, okay, life is not straightforward, but in the detours, you can meet something good. In the mud, you can find diamonds. There's beauty in the process. There's beauty in the uncertainty. But you really have to be flexible enough to bend, to see the curves and the corners, and to be able to flow and to get forward. Because I did not plan this relocation, but there are so many beautiful things that I have learned through this process. Last year, telling me to relocate would have been crazy. But here I am. I love this process. I love what I've learned and what I'm becoming. So have your vision, keep it clear, but be flexible on the means to get there. The next thing is have fun. You have to savor the moment and do things that give you peace and joy. If you don't enjoy your life, you're going to live a miserable existence. You need to know the simple things that make you enjoy life, the things that light you up. They don't have to be travel to Paris and you start thinking, okay, now I need to budget. No, simple things. I was walking my daughter to school the other day and it was a sunny day, which is a blessing in Scotland. But it was a sunny day and I was like, oh, I love this feeling of the sun on me. But I was going back to the apartment to do work the rest of the afternoon. And I figured, hey, why am I going back inside on this beautiful day? How about I take my work and I go to the park and enjoy the sun and get things done in a different setting? That is something that would light me up. It would give me joy, just taking the walk to the park, working in a beautiful setting. And I decided I was going to do it. I asked my husband, he said no. And I told him, okay, I'll see you later. I went, right? That lifted my day, lifted my spirit. And when I got into that space, the clarity I had, the joy, the peace I had was amazing. That to me was a reminder that the simple, costing nothing, can be the very things that light you up, inspire you, build you up, they give you encouragement. It was just me working in the park, but it just refreshed me in a different way. The sunlight, the greenery, the dogs everywhere, the noise and the calm, the quiet, everything. It was just a difference. It was a change of scenery and it just made me happier. Then I committed that day to do the little things that make me happy. It could be having coffee. It could be just walking outside. It could be running with my kids. Anything in that moment that breaks the schedule and allows me to enjoy that very moment is what I was committing to do. Have fun. Enjoy your life today. The next thing is have a clear vision for your life. Guard your energy and learn to say no to anything else that does not align to that vision. When you start to pursue your purpose, put yourself out there with confidence and really look for opportunities to improve yourself, multiple doors will begin to open. And it's very tempting. I did that when I just started out as an entrepreneur. Multiple doors open. I went through each and every door and I was exhausted. Not every door is a door that you should walk in. Even prison has doors, meaning to say that just because it's an open door, it doesn't mean you get it. You get in, it keeps you imprisoned. So be discerning. Guard your energy. Know what you invest in, what you put effort in. Because when you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to another thing. So make sure that you're not saying yes to the wrong things and then saying no to the right things. For me, it was a simple thing like saying yes to an extra meeting, saying no to my children. I was like, no, my priorities are messed up. I know I'm looking for success and I know this looks like an opportunity, but my family does come first. I can't just work 7 days a week, which I used to do, at the expense of my family. So I started to sift opportunities and to be clear on my purpose. What am I trying to build? Is this aligned to that? I remember I had an opportunity to get funding, but they wanted me to be a trainer. That was supposed to be my business, a trainer of young farmers. And that's not what I wanted to commit to. I wanted to build a business that would go into manufacturing. I wanted to be so focused on that. And me becoming a trainer meant a whole different business model. And I remember looking at that opportunity and looking at the amount of money. It was about $100,000 and walking away. And I know my friends saying, oh no, how could you do that? You could have taken the money and you could have found a way to maneuver. But in that moment, I needed to promise myself that I would stay on vision and that my vision was worth defending and that it couldn't be traded off in the moment for gain from money. So a clear vision is important. Saying no to the right things, saying yes to the right things, very, very key for you to really make progress in the things that matter to you. Because you don't want to look back and say, oh, that was a lot of money, that was a lot of progress, but on the wrong thing. Climbing hard, climbing fast, and winning, succeeding on the wrong mountain. You don't want to do that. So be clear on your vision. Those were my 9 lessons from 7 years of transitions and pursuing my purpose. I hope you found one that was really helpful to you. If you did, drop me a comment. And if you want to work with me, I'm available with free programs and paid programs, which you can find in the description box. And every week I come here with valuable content to help you move your life forward and achieve big dreams of impact and income. I hope to see you soon. Right, if you want to connect with me, my name is Mavis Tandizo Ganjata. You can find me across all social media platforms. I do love to hear from you. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.